All right, welcome you guys to the most incredible Make Wellness opportunity. I am super excited to share with three of my beautiful friends tonight about how this may very well be that thing that you have been waiting for. Now, this opportunity call is specifically for teachers and educators, whether you are a teacher yourself now or you have been in the past, or maybe you love a teacher or a teacher is in your family and you're coming to check out this amazing opportunity for them. I'd love for you to put in the chat, where are you tuning in from? What grade do you teach? What is your teaching background? Because again, we can all relate to that. Now, I am Lindsay Isham. I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee with my three beautiful children and my high school sweetheart. My career started out as a pre-K teacher when I graduated college. And shortly after that, it was a short lived experience of being a teacher. But I can tell you, my heart has always been with teachers. My best friends are teachers, my family members are teachers. I knew I always wanted to be a teacher when I grew up, but I did not know that that would look like me actually homeschooling my three children. So after being a pre K teacher in Atlanta, Georgia, God called us to seminary. And so my husband and I stepped off into that journey. And my journey to be a teacher again looked like a winding road, but I have had the pleasure and honor of homeschooling my children over my son will about to be 16, which is absolutely crazy to me. So I want you guys to know that you are here for a reason and you should be thanking the good Lord that you found out about this call and your friend who told you about it, because I personally began my direct sales experience about 10 years ago when I was literally living on a prayer. Okay. I was homeschooling at the time. My kids were 5, 3, and 1. And you guys know, if you're a stay at home mom, if you're in ministry, if you're homeschooling, or if you are a teacher, then the funds are always tight. I found myself saying no all of the time, and that is not what I wanted or desired for our family. And so I had made a decision very early on. You know what? Once I saw those beautiful babies, I could not lay my eyes off of them. And so we made the decision to sacrifice and just live off one single income, which happened to be a pastor's income. So you guys all know we don't do any of that for the money. However, I was like, okay, Lord, there's got to be something, anything that would take the pressure off of my husband and allow me to say yes more to my beautiful family. And so that's very well where my journey began. Now, I will tell you, I knew nothing about sales. I knew nothing about how to help people or start a business or any of that, but I knew I had a desire to educate and to teach other people how to take better care of themselves. Okay. And so that's what led me on my journey. But I know for all of you guys, you are here because, again, you are a teacher, and I am a straight shooter, you guys. So we're going to speak directly to the teachers. We know your heart, we know what you're good at, we know what you struggle with, and what would be awesome for you to be able to see yourself in this Make affiliate business. You know why? Because we have tons of teachers on our team. This picture right here is of our team and just a few of the teachers on our team so far. And I can tell you that teachers are thriving here. Why? We know that teachers love helping others. They love serving others. They love being a part of a team. You love organization and having that time management. And again, you guys, you are the best of the best at educating people. And guess what? We are educating people about peptides, bringing peptides to the masses. We get to share that story with our entire network for the very first time. Not only that, we know that you are goal oriented. Can I get an amen? Who out there would love to know that if you showed off and you had the most beautiful classroom with the most beautiful lesson plan and the most beautiful of all the things, you would want your principal to walk in and say, hey, you're doing an amazing job, right? Not only that, what if they started to offer you gift cards and or extra incentives, extra bonuses? Would that not be something that would be incredible? Now, you guys, I know your heart, because your heart's just like mine. You weren't doing this for the money, but I I can almost guarantee you, you're here because something's got to give. You don't want to do summer school this summer. You don't want to have to do tutoring after school or bus duty or all the extra things. And so, this is why we know you need an extra income. Okay. I want to highlight that we actually have daily pay here as Make affiliates. Can I also get a shout out for the people who absolutely hate waiting once a month to get that paycheck and you're living like you are the richest woman in the world the first week, and then by the fourth week you're like, oh shoot, I probably should have budgeted just a little bit better until my next paycheck, right? The other thing I want you guys to know is it's March. It's spring break here. I'm sure it's spring breaks close to where you guys are as well. And so the summer is coming. So my question for you guys is, what will you be doing this summer? Could you use this summer to really propel and start something that's going to start paying you residually? But not only that, you guys, it is a whole lot of fun. And you're going to hear about that from some of my fellow teacher friends here in just a minute. But like I said before, to know that I did not have to go back to teaching because my original goal was that once all of my children were in kindergarten, the truth be told, we couldn't afford for me to go back to school for all of the daycare and childcare that it was going to take. So that's part of the reason why I stayed home. And so the goal for our family was once my baby was in kindergarten, I was going to go back into teaching. But I'm here to tell you right now, I am making 4, 5, 10 times more as a Make Wellness affiliate than I ever would have done going back into the classroom. And so I want you to know this is a real very lucrative business. All right. Now, I can't keep going on about our incredible brand that we are starting. And truly, y'all, this is a movement without talking about our founder, Justin Prince. Now, this man is a dear friend of mine. I can tell you he is a family man. He has 4 children of his own, 2 boys, 2 girls. They're right in the same ages as my children. And he actually started his direct sales journey because someone mentioned about a business opportunity when he was a Bible kiosk salesman in the mall. Okay, y'all know the people that you run from in the mall. Yeah, that's where Justin started out. He had no college education, but he had a burning fire and desire to help people and to really make a significant income for his family. And so, fast forward, he's now been in the direct sales channel for many, many, many years, became the top earner in his company, and yet God had a plan through a very unfortunate circumstance that happened, but it led him on a path to be able to say, you know what? I am going to make a way for other people who are just like me to be able to have a financial future that they could never have dreamed of without an incredible opportunity like this. And so he is the best leader I have ever, ever, ever worked with. He is a systems man. He is a people man. We just got back from our convention, and I can tell y'all, he was the first one in the room and the last one to leave. He genuinely cares for people, and his heart is absolutely pure gold. However, on top of all of that, he knows he's just one man, and it takes an entire team behind us to make a business thrive. And so, for that, you're looking at 6 of our corporate staff. We have plenty of corporate staff, but these are the men who are behind the scenes making it happen. You're going to notice several CEOs from the past in the direct sales channel. You're going to notice a top marketing person who has been in Abercrombie and all of these well-known names that you know about. You are also going to see top scientists because, you guys, what we have uncovered through AI technology is absolutely mind-blowing, and all of the scientists are freaking out and they all want to be on our team. Why? Because we are about to totally take over the health and wellness industry with these incredible bioactive peptides. Now, show of hands again. Y'all know I'm a teacher if I'm asking you to raise my hand, okay? Raise your hand if you know what a bioactive precision peptide is. I'll be honest, I did not know what it was 6 months ago when I first heard about it. However, what I can tell you is you have been hearing about peptides. You've probably been hearing about the synthetic ones that come in the form of a shot. They're all over our commercials, and probably a lot of people you know right now are using them. So what if we could provide a way that would help with sleep, energy, stress, maybe even weight loss, beauty, longevity, and beyond by, again, utilizing bioactive precision peptides. These are different than the other peptides that you know of because they are natural. They're not synthetic or made in a lab of different drugs that your body doesn't know what to do with, and therefore it has all of these adverse reactions. All right. We also are ingesting these peptides instead of having to inject them with a needle. I am not a needles girl, so I would have never, ever, ever signed up for that. Not only that, you guys, these are affordable. We've have human trials on them for the last 10 years. And again, I believe in the upcoming 2, 3, 4 years, every single person we know is going to be using bioactive precision peptides. And guess what? We get to be the people that brings that story to the masses. And so I'm going to give you a little brief overview of our products. We started out with just 6 products on purpose because we want to be able to teach, again, something that you're going to be amazing at, teach our network and our friends and family and our coworkers why they need each product and specifically what each product is going to help them with. So, do you currently know someone who struggles with extra excess weight or visceral fat that they just can't seem to get rid of? Or maybe you know someone who is aging. Hello, we're all aging all the time. And did you know that you actually decrease in your muscle mass as you continue to move forward in your age? And so, if you're not doing something to actually create muscle, then you will be, unfortunately, the 70, 80-year-old grandmother or grandfather who can't get off the couch because you've lost all of your muscle tone. And so our Fit product is specifically for that. Last but not least is our hydrated product. What I can tell you above everything is so many people are dehydrated. They don't even know it. This product is totally natural, really good for you. It doesn't have any of the artificial sugars that so many hydration products have. And again, the 3 of these together, y'all, I'm telling you right now, if you have not seen the before and after photos, just ask the person that invited you to send you a couple because she has plenty. I'm going to tell you because it has been absolutely mind-blowing to see. For me personally, I finally lost those 10 pounds that I've been hanging on to since I had my first baby. All right. My own mother has lost about 25 pounds. Not only that, you guys, it's not just about losing weight. It's about feeling better, having more energy, and being able to have a better quality of life. And that's what these peptides are actually able to help other people with. Okay. Our next collection is all about mind and motivation. And specifically, what I can tell you, if you are the person, raise a hand again. How many cups of coffee do you drink every day? Or how many cups of coffee do you feel like you need every single day? Because you probably are, about to hit a wall about 2, 3 o'clock, especially as teachers. You're like, can y'all please go home so I can just take a nap on the desk, right? This Energize product on the left-hand side is incredible. It is a sustainable, released energy over time. You do not have a crash at the end. It tastes amazing. And I'll tell you, it makes me feel like the Energizer Bunny, okay? The middle product there is Calm. It literally is like a warm blanket is put on top of you, and it feels like a big old gigantic hug. I am a mom who has a million tabs open every single night, and this product helps my nervous system literally calm down, and I get the best night's sleep with this product. Last but not least is Focus, you guys. How many of you feel like as you get older, all you do is chase squirrels, right? You're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing right now? I don't even know. I walked into the room. I don't even know why I walked in the room. I need to have better focus. So as you get older, that tends to happen. And this bioactive precision peptide is going to help you in that area. All right. So again, we have collections, we have a la carte items as well. And as affiliates, you're actually going to see in a little bit how you can get all of these products. Feel your very best self, y'all. Our goal is to unlock your human potential, meaning the way that God created your body, we want it to perform at optimal levels. And so we're using AI technology to pull peptides from nature that we know your body recognizes and knows exactly what to do with it. And so therefore, our peptides are short chain amino acids that signal to your brain, hey, Lindsay needs to calm down, or hey, Lindsay needs more energy, or hey, Lindsay needs to get rid of the visceral fat. All right. And so that is how these incredible peptides are changing the game with health and wellness. Now, I have the pleasure of introducing you to one of my dear friends and coworkers here, Miss Carrie Walker, who is a fellow teacher, and she's going to share more about her story as well.
Hello. Yes, thank you so much, Lindsay. That was wonderful. I'm Carrie Walker, and I'm a physical education teacher by trade. So I taught elementary PE for 11 years before being introduced to direct sales. And currently, I am a mom of four. You can probably see that on the screen there. They are 14, 12, 9, and 7. Coach's wife. I'm back into the substitute teaching role. So actually, right now, I am teaching full time PE again for the rest of the school year. So can I, like, I'm Monday tired. I know y'all are feeling me right now, right? And after St. Patty's Day. But yes, I'm back in it. Just I love teaching. I have a heart for teaching, and I direct sales actually before starting direct sales. I was in that mode 8 years ago. When I had three kids under the age of four, and just I felt like I was in that hamster wheel, just like every day, get the bottles ready, get the kids to daycare, cry on my way to work because I'm dropping my babies at daycare, and just go through work all day, try to fit a workout in, and then just do it all over again, dinner, bath, bed, and do it all over again the next day. And I thought that's what life was. My husband's a teacher and a coach as well, and I thought that's what we needed. We couldn't just live on one teacher salary, so that's where we were. But I was also praying for a way to, figure out how to. My mom always told me, like, figure out a way to stop and smell the roses, just. And I tried my best while teaching, but I just didn't know how to really do that when I was so busy. And then enter 10 years ago, my first direct sales company. And I honestly just started for the discount on the products and really just to pay for my own products because we all know teachers don't make a lot of money. In order for me to pay for some premium skincare and to fix my acne scarring, I knew that, the best way to do that would be to make some extra money to pay for that. Also, as a mom, we don't spend money on ourselves. It's just part of it. Like if I'm making money, I'm going to spend it on my kids. So that was just a way for me to pay for my own products. And then that first month, it well paid for my own products. And really the rest was history. I just kept getting in, and about for a year and a half in, my fourth child, the little girl on the screen there, she was born, and direct sales paid for my entire maternity leave without us feeling, that pull of like, oh, you're not getting a paycheck now. What are we doing? You got to get back to work. It just paid for that whole thing. So it really was it was that God wink, that like God knew what I needed before I even did. And I love sharing that with other people too, especially teachers. Teaching's my heart, and I'm back in it, and I'm loving it every single second. But my babies are now in school, and life is still equally as busy and crazy. So enter last summer when my former company kind of changed models, and Make Wellness came into my life. And now, as a personal trainer, I am a personal trainer. I've been doing that last few years. It just fits so seamlessly in. And once again, God knew what I needed before I did. And just so excited to be able to help other women and men and teachers and moms and dads and everyone just have, that have their healthiest, live their healthiest lives, but also have that financial freedom for options. I know a lot of teachers don't want to stop teaching. That's awesome. But at least you have options, that you can either go on extra vacations or be able to do more things, to be able to say yes to your kids more, just like Lindsay said, instead of just always wondering, and maybe not take those after school hours for tutoring. So I love sharing that with people too. But yes, one of the things as a teacher also and a mom. So if we have any moms and dads out there, we have a program called Make Moments Matter. Okay, it's making memories, and this is when you hit your first core rank, which is our premier affiliate rank, you get an automatic $500 paycheck. Awesome. And then you also now get a $500 gift card to one of these places. You get to pick it for yourself. So I don't know about you, but when I was teaching and on a teacher salary, I'm not gonna go, probably not gonna go buy a pair of Lululemon leggings. It wasn't in the budget. But to be able to treat myself or to treat yourself and reward you for helping so many people, I love that about our company. Or go make your Nikes, your custom made Nikes that you would never do. Or you can do that for your family too, if that's on your heart. Something else we have is our Cancun trip, which is also part of making memories. As a once again, as a teacher, you don't think of like, hey, let's go on this all-inclusive vacation to Cancun. Our next trip is in November, and it's just something that our company rewards us with, and something very, very cool that we do as a company. All right, back to you, Linz.
It's actually over to Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, there we go, Jacqueline. Yep, you're up, my friend. Are you there?
Okay. Yes, I'm here. Can you guys hear me good?
Yes.
Okay. I am so excited to be on here tonight with all of us teachers. We have one of the hardest jobs, and I just want to say that you are loved and you are seen and you're doing an amazing job because I know sometimes you don't hear it. So I am Jacqueline Jenkins. I'm a second grade teacher and I live in Gray, Tennessee. I have been in direct sales for 8 years now. I began when I was 19 years old as a college athlete. I knew in college, obviously, that I was going to go into teaching. And like us all, we're not doing it for the money. We don't get the teaching job and think, man, I can't wait for that first check to hit. Like, that's just not a thing. So I knew that I needed to add some sort of extra income in with my teaching income. So in my county, we only get paid once a month, and that makes it really hard to make ends meet. Like Lindsay said, that first week you're feeling good, and then by the end you're like, crap, like what in the world happened to all that money? And for me, I am single, I'm not married, and so it's just me. And so this direct sales and this company has just been such a blessing to me. So back in July, when my previous business changed a couple of things, I knew financially that I needed to replace my other business income. And so I wasn't sure what I really wanted to do. I remember jumping on a couple Zooms and I didn't feel right with the other calls and the other founders and everything. And so I knew that when I joined something else, if I was going to do that, it had to be the best of the best. I'm not just going to jump into anything and I'm not just going to put anything into my body. So I kept saying, like, I don't know if it's for me, but there was something that just kept pulling me back. And one, of course, that was income that I needed, and two was community. And so I thrived being around other people. And so there was one more call that I ended up jumping on, and it was with Justin, the guy that Lindsay talked about before. And when he said these four things, I was automatically in all natural, science driven, because, like I said before, I'm not just going to jump in and do anything, and it has to be human clinical trials done. We have an opportunity to be a founder, which is unreal to me. Like the fact that he let us in and to be a founder is just amazing. You don't get that opportunity in your life. And so that to me was like, I've got to do this. Daily pay, like they said before, it's really nice getting daily pay every single day versus just once a month. And then his exact words to me were, we are going to own this space. And I was like, what does he mean by that? And so, when you think of an iPhone, you think of Apple. When you think of an electric, or when you think of electric car, you think of Tesla. And when you think of peptides, people are going to think of Make Wellness. And so I knew I was all in and I was going to be a part of this because it was different. So, us teachers know just how crazy the day is. Like we have a 25-minute lunch. We're rushed. We barely even get to use the bathroom or all the things, it's crazy. Then we have a 55-minute planning. There's absolutely no planning done in that 55 minutes. We have meetings and everything else. And so we rarely get to sit down and plan. So a lot of time people ask me, well, how do you even fit this into teaching? And so along with all the things, we're mentally exhausted. And so I like to, after I've decompressed in my car on my ride home with like no radio, no one talking to me, I like to work my business in the evenings. And so I'll do that in 20 to 30-minute pockets of time. And that's how I fit this business into my life. So a lot of people say, like, well, how do you know what to do when you jump in this business? And so it is built for affiliates. So as teachers, especially as a new teacher, we're just thrown into the fire and basically saying, like, good luck. I have been lucky enough to have an amazing second grade team. So like I have had a lot of support, but I do know teachers who don't have that. And so there isn't a lot of guidance or materials to help support. And we all know that college really doesn't like prepare you for teaching. And so in Make Wellness, we have simple systems like an onboarding system to know, okay, your first step is this. Once you get that, here is your next step. So you never have to feel like just lost in the woods. You have a hand and you are guided the whole way. We have an app that is coming really soon that everything will be on the app. We have a done for you content library, and then we have a leadership academy, which is my favorite, is we train you how to be a leader. So we don't only get paid on our customer orders, but we also get paid on reorders. So when you think of clothing or jewelry, you can only have so much clothes and you can only have so much jewelry, but our products are consumable. We're taking it and it's gone. And so the good thing with that is our customers are using the products and then they're going to need more of them. So we get paid also the first order and every single month after that when they order as well. And then I talked about earlier how, income and community were the two things that I was looking for. And like just the cherry top is the community for me. Like-minded people, personal growth, girl time is my favorite, and built-in friendships. I have had just friendships in the last 8 years that I only get to see them once a year, but we talk every single day. And just being in a room full of women from all over the world and you're rooting for each other, there's no cattiness. It's just amazing. And so community is where my heart is with this business. So yeah, that's what I got for you, Lindsay.
All right, we're passing it over to Sarah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Chapman, and I live in North Dakota in a really small town here. I am married to my college sweetheart, Jeff, and we have seven, as you can see, beautiful children, ages from 1 to 15. Since I was a fourth grader, I vividly remember my dream was to become a teacher. I had an amazing fourth grade teacher. And right after college, that definitely played a part, and I became a full-time teacher here in the district. I poured myself, just like many of you probably, in those first few years of teaching. And as I was pregnant with my second child, had a toddler at my feet, I just knew that something was off and needed to change. So my husband and I made some changes. He actually got a different job and made it just the opportunity for me to be at home with my children. And so just a few years passed, obviously some more children. I became a homeschool mama and just loved being able to pour into my children. But as you can expect, I mean, just with inflation lately, with more children becomes more finances, right? And so we came into this point where we loved every single one of our kids, but they are just more mouths to feed, and we needed a little bit bigger of a house. And so we started to try to think of what it would look like for me to go back to work. Didn't want that, but an opportunity came. And this opportunity wasn't make yet, but it was an online teaching position. And this online teaching position, when I started, was very flexible and I could still put my family first. I was still homeschooling my kids. But as that academy grew, then my dedication to that started growing, and I started to need to be more present for this other school. And then you could see my kids became the least of my priorities. And so back to the drawing board again, just this last year, actually, 2024, my husband and I were just kind of looking back and saying, you know what, like our kids are growing fast. I'm here pouring into other people's children as I'm shutting my door, trying to homeschool on the weekends, trying to homeschool in between breaks, trying to just be present as much as I could be, but it just wasn't happening. So as we looked back, we were praying. We were praying for a door to open, and we tried a few doors that closed really quickly. And then last September, this opportunity came, and I was invited to a call just like this. And I first off wanted my health to change. As you can possibly see, weight gain with kids, metabolism, all of that had slowed down. I was turning 40 this next year, and I definitely was interested in the wellness part. But as I took a look at the opportunity, um, my husband and I just saw that, wow, maybe this is our answer to prayer. Maybe this is what we needed. And so last September, we jumped in with both feet, and we were able to just take in and lead. And I just love that I'm able to teach others as I'm doing this. I love that we're able to mentor and support others in their health journey, but also in whatever their financial situation is. That's just been so huge to be able to serve others. And just really cool thing, just recently, 3 weeks ago, because of Make Wellness, I surpassed my teaching income and I have resigned. And so it's just really cool that this has been our answer to prayer. Really cool. So going forward, some things that made this possible is our comp plan, friends. This is unlike anything you've ever seen. If you've worked in other direct sales, real quickly, up to 40% commission on personal customer orders, your affiliate orders, and you get paid on your personal product orders. You get up to 8% on team customer orders, and you have up to 100,000 in monthly team bonuses. Now, these bonuses are every month, and you can share this with a friend and they can order product, or you can share with this with a friend and they can join you, and you also get paid on that as well. One thing that we saw is we weren't going to just jump into anything, and we knew that this opportunity was very, very groundbreaking, and this is why. These peptides that we've talked about are projected to become a 92 billion market by 2033. Also, affiliate marketing is on track to hit 28 billion by 2027. And then for us, since launching 3 months ago, we've seen over 100,000 customers and 20 million plus in sales. Super exciting. Also, what really hit my eye is sweet Lindsay here is the one that shared this with me, but this team. So our team has so many incredible things that you've already heard a few things about, but some of them real quickly, social media trainings, a content library that is beautiful and it's done for you. You just grab it and go. There's a training vault. There's beautiful team retreats. There's community events. There's a step-by-step success system. So you're not alone. And there's weekly training team calls, and not just with our team, but other industry leaders.
Thank you
Back
so
to you,
much,
Lindsay.
Sarah. I appreciate that. I am so grateful that this was the answer to prayer for you and your family and those precious babies. And as we wrap up, you guys, I just want to say, I know if you're anything like me, you showed up to this event and you're like, okay, great, Carrie and Jacqueline and Sarah and Lindsay. I'm so glad this is perfect for you. But I am not a salesperson and I have no idea how to do this. I am just a teacher. And what I want you to know is that teachers love to teach, okay? And again, like I said, it is our job to go and share this story about how we can help people feel the very best ever. But not only that, raise your hand if you've ever shared a favorite boutique or a favorite sweater or a favorite movie or a favorite coffee shop or restaurant with a friend, all right? If you did not know, you're already an affiliate making someone else money if you're doing that, okay? So, my question for you is if you, again, you came here for a reason. You are here right now for a reason. And so, what if this is the lifeboat that you have been hoping for? It was for me, it was for the three women that you're hearing from, and it is for so many thousands of affiliates who have already said yes. And so, as we close, I want to let you know it's very, very simple to enroll. Again, it's $0 to enroll to become an affiliate. So you're going to turn back to the person who invited you to this, and they will help you get squared away with their link and all of that. But I definitely want to highlight our launch pack, you guys. This is vitally important for you, not only for you to start taking these incredible peptides and see and feel the difference that they make in you and your family and your husband and your kids and all the people in your household. They're going to love it. Trust me, right now, I'm currently out of several products because my children have been taking them 24/7. Hello. We just came out with a brand new hydrated that tastes like fruit punch and they think it's their juice. All right. They love it so very much. But this launch pack comes with all 6 of our products. Not only that, you're going to have an incredible unboxing experience to show your network what you're up to and how you can now serve them. It comes with a beautiful branded glass water bottle, as well as that opportunity to earn the $500 shopping spree and extra points added to that Cancun trip. How many of you have Cancun or any all expense paid trip for you and plus one on your list of things. That is always on my list of things. So, yes, please, you're going to get extra points towards that trip. Last but not least, you actually get $100 off any of our conventions. So, again, we all just came back from one. It was incredible. So, you're going to get over $900 in value for only $429. All right. And as we close, I just want you to hear, what if this is that thing? All right. This is the thing that helps unlock whatever your next chapter looks like. And again, like Sarah said, maybe you want to stay in teaching forever and ever. Maybe you're like, you know what? How about if I retire an extra 5 years early? Or you know what? I really want to pay for my daughter's wedding, or I want to send them off to that dream college that they have. But right now, as a teacher, I just can't say yes to that. Okay. Whatever it is that you're looking for this to do, I'm going to tell you, we have a lot of fun and we feel the best we've ever felt, and we are making an impact in other people's lives. This gives you the opportunity to have a legacy, you guys, to create an impact for hundreds and thousands of people. And that's what I love so much about direct sales. But I don't want you to miss this, even if you've never tried direct sales before, all right? Or maybe you have and you weren't successful in the past. I get it. I used to think that I was really too good for this business model. And just hear me say, we are women and men who love helping others. We are women and men who want to feel better about ourselves and want to turn around and pass it on to our mothers, our grandmothers, and our friends and family. And more importantly, we truly understand what it looks like to show up and love and serve other people. And so that's the heart behind this entire team and this incredible business model. So again, we thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I want you to ask all of the questions. Go back, say, listen, this sounds great, but what about this? There are no dumb questions, all right? And we want to make sure you really and truly do see if, lay out the pros and cons for yourself. But literally, at the end of the day, it was my husband who pushed me over the edge because I was too afraid to bet on myself and to say yes myself. And so maybe you need to look to your spouse and be like, listen, honey, what if this is it? What if this really is what we've been thinking about? And again, we will guide you every single step of the way. I want you to know you will never be on an island. You will be here with all of us, and we cannot wait to welcome you to our community. So thank you again for tuning in, and please reach out and ask the questions. We cannot wait to get to know you more and help you say yes more to your family as well. All right. You guys have an incredible night, and we'll see you soon.